Hello racers, and welcome to the Silverback Invitational Draft. We are going to pull 32 names from this wheel, and that will be the starting order for the Silverback Racing Invitational, which will run August 15th, 2020. So that's this Saturday if you're watching right now, and it will be posted to our YouTube channel, Rust Belt Diecast Racing, which is where you are watching this right now. So all the car names and driver names are in this list. I'm going to hit shuffle 3 times and then we will draw. So the first driver pulling the number 1 seed for the Silverback Racing Invitational is... Come on, where is it gonna go? Wow, that is quite fitting. Tribute to Rust Belt. Driven by Crazy Coach out of Germany. Crazy Coach pulls the number 1 seed. And of course, the Silverback Racing Invitational will be held at Rust Belt Raceway Park, so that was kind of fitting, actually. Next up is Torosaurus, driven by Baby Girl. And that's out of 4-6 Racing from Alaska. Next up, looks like that is the Mad Adder, driven by Brandon Murray, a.k.a. Dirty Murray Racing, a.k.a. as that is also his nickname. Dirty Murray from Missouri, if you watched the food truck race, which I'd highly recommend going and watching that. I'll pop a card up here. You can watch that at the top of the screen. Coming fourth is going to be the Black Ice of Frozone. He goes by Mr. Freeze, but I'll still call him Frozone. That Black Ice is pretty slick, guys. You gotta look out. In the 5 seed, that is going to be, will it cross the line? Yes, it does. That's Mumra's Bane, driven by Rooster. Rooster is driving out of Madness Motorsports. So now we're on to the number 6 seed. And that will be Silver Ombre, driven by Ragtag Jim from Ragtag Racing. That thing has actually had a couple test runs on request, and it is pretty darn slick coming down the jungle jump. Next up, number 7 seed will be the Red Sled, driven by Jim D. And Jim D is out of Indiana Diecast Racing. If you guys haven't checked out Indiana Diecast Racing, look it up on YouTube. They're running the Westfield 500 right now, which is a ton of fun. We are having a blast driving in that thing. And here is Diesel Strokes, driven by Potsy Atwood. There we go. And in the 9 seed, it'll be, looks like it's going to be Peter B. Vids. It's the Peter B. Vids Dodge, driven by none other than Peter B. Check out Peter B. Vids on YouTube. He does some cool kind of short track drag racing. It's a lot of fun. It's got some good camera angles, some good crashes and stuff on there. Next up is Versatile, driven by Peter Lamb. So we're getting all the Pete's in now. Pete's and Peters here. Peter Lamb driving Versatile. And that's from Uncle Elvis. That's an Uncle Elvis original there. And in the 11 seed will be the Killer Bunny herself, driving for the Racers That Say Nee in the color Out of Space. No idea what that means, but we will find out. 12 seed will go to Midnight Terror. And that's going to be driven by the one, the only, Jimmy John Hansen. And now we got, it's over the line. That's Stolen, driven by the Midnight Rider out of Mayfield 41 Racing. Looking for some wins out of that guy. He's been really coming up in the sport. And in the 14 spot, we have Harvey, driven by Nick Devers. Nick Devers, a very active member of the Diecast racing community. And in the 15 spot, we're almost halfway through. That's going to be Frog, driven by Dax Quaid. And Dax Quaid is driving for DXP Racing. Another up-and-comer. Look out for that guy. DXP is coming your way. Number 16 will be Redone by Randy. And that's Randy Kalunga. Randy Kalunga. And Randy, here's an interesting story. He actually rebuilt a car that was once built by Michael's Diecast Garage. And that's the car that he's entering here. So that's kind of an interesting one. It's almost a retread. So that's fun. Now we have Unmarked Terror, driven by Kevin Badburn. Unmarked Terror will be the 17 seed for the Barn Fire of Kevin Fairburn. And the number 18 seed now is going to be the Moonshine Missile, driven by Gator McCluskey. I'm excited to say that name during the race. Gator McCluskey is a great name. And that is coming out of Charles Wickman. And we got Honey Pie Motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. Sneaking in here is Scott Slow for Honey Pie Motorsports out of Austria, and they will get the 19 slot. And 20, we're almost done here, folks. That looks like it's going to be Pandemonium, driven by James Kirk. So he will pull the 20. And James Kirk driving for Fractal Panda Race Team. Now we have Mjolnir for MDG Racing. And of course you guys know MDG, Michael's Diecast Garage, driving Mjolnir. Yeah, that's at 21. And next up is, whoa, look out, there goes the camera. Next up is Miss Carrie driving Lisa Turtle. Miss Carrie, look out for that one. I actually have that car sitting right in front of me. That's a really fun car that I think you guys are going to like. Next up at the 23 spot, my dog keeps running into the camera. We have Tiki Tommy's, driven by none other than Tiki Tommy. So the home crowd goes crazy as Tiki Tommy is pulled at the 23 spot for the race at his own track. And coming in the 24 seed, looks like it's going to be the Mach 1, driven by King Yardy. So King Yardy out of Silverback Racing. So the host team will get the 24 seed here at the Silverback Racing Invitational. And then we have Killer Candy, driven by Stefan Hoover. Stefan Hoover rocking the Killer Candy at 25. Out of High Forest Racing. High Forest Racing hosting an awesome event in Germany this year. And then there's the Frog, driven by Finley Bobbycar. Finley Bobbycar taking the 26. So High Forest Racing is actually hosting a race in Germany. It's all Volkswagen Golf MK2s. and it's going to be a lot of fun. I was lucky enough to get drawn for it, so I'm going to have a blast with that, getting the cars over to Germany. Now we have the Orange Jag for Rivera Racing. Rivera Racing taking the 27 seed, so that of course leaves us with 5 left. And will it cross the line? And it does. That's going to be Purple Power. Now Purple Power, driven by Dante Andres, is Dante Andres. There we go. Dante Andres is our winner of the lottery. We held a raffle for a seat in this race because we had 31 racers and we needed 32 just to make it even. So we held a lottery. So Dante Andres is going to be driving in that Purple Power car. And there's the Hemikuda, driven by Diamond Dave Jewell. And Diamond Dave is out of the Racers That Say Nee. Check them out on YouTube and Facebook. They run some of our live races on Facebook as well at Rust Belt Diecast Racing on Facebook. Join the group for daily diecast racing. Now we got the Little Flash, driven by Quentin the German. Quentin the German is a notorious hardcore driver, knocking cars off the track, causing all kinds of trouble. He brings the chaos, so look out for Quentin. And the last two here in the 31 seed, we will have the Datsun GTR of Stephen Atwood. Stephen Atwood in the 31. And then that, of course, means that we only have one more driver, and that's going to be Maxi Firefighter in Grissu. And Grissu and Maxi are going to be in the final seed of 32 spot. So folks, thank you for watching. Stay tuned on Saturday, August 15th, 2020. It will be the Silverback Racing Invitational right here from Rust Belt Raceway Park, and you can find it right here on Rust Belt Diecast Racing YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you then.